Are you a guy who wants more attention from women? Do you want women to find you attractive and impressive? Well, if you don't know what not to do when talking to women, then you're in for a surprise. Many guys make mistakes when talking to women that make them less appealing. Sadly, this can make women uncomfortable or even scared. By the end of this video, you'll learn how to avoid these mistakes and understand why they turn women off. If you want to be more attractive to women, here are 11 things you should definitely avoid doing. Number 11, wanting her attention too much. When a man seems really desperate for a woman's attention, it's a clear sign that he might not be successful in getting her to like him. This desperation shows up as doing things like giving too many compliments, asking lots of questions, talking too much, and trying too hard to make her happy, which can be a bit too much. However, confident men stay relaxed. They know that women like it when people have their own lives and hobbies outside of relationships. They stay calm, sure of themselves, and friendly, without ever becoming too eager for a woman's attention. This doesn't mean that confident men don't show any interest in women, but they do it in a way that isn't desperate or clingy. Number 10, acting too full of yourself without the skills to back it up. Some guys believe they can brag and act arrogant if they have a good body, money, or social status. But this kind of behavior isn't attractive to women. Women like a man who's confident and self-assured, but not someone who's too showy about it. Don't misunderstand. Confident men can show their talents and achievements, but they do it modestly. They can also be open and vulnerable without feeling threatened or insecure. Many men find this challenging, but if you want to be a confident man who gets women's attention, it's something to work on. Number 9, making her the most important thing. Sometimes guys who might not be so confident put women at the center of their world and treat them like they're super special. But this approach isn't appealing because it shows insecurity instead of confidence. Confident men understand that talking to a woman means having a balanced conversation, not making her the only thing you care about. Having a good conversation with any woman means being yourself, talking about things you both like, and treating each other with respect. It's not about giving her tons of compliments and praise. It's important to connect on both sides and show that you value your thoughts and hers equally. This way works better when talking to women than trying to make them feel super special, just to make them like you. Number 8, only talking about yourself and not listening to her. Imagine this. Have you ever talked to someone who only wanted to talk about themselves and didn't really listen to what you had to say? How did it make you feel? Probably not very good. Well, that's exactly how women feel when guys keep talking about themselves all the time and don't let them share their thoughts and ideas. Confident men understand that talking with someone means you both take turns talking and listening. But some guys don't do this when talking to women. They talk about themselves a lot, thinking it makes them look more interesting and attractive. But in truth, it doesn't work that way. Research shows that women like men who really listen and show a real interest in what they have to say. Number 7, telling hurtful jokes. Here's something important. Some guys think they can make women laugh and show they're funny by telling jokes. But jokes that hurt people, like sexist or racist jokes, won't make women like you. Being funny and having a sense of humor is good, but it's essential to do it in a way that doesn't hurt or offend others. Confident men can be funny without hurting anyone's feelings or making them upset. They understand that these jokes might make some people laugh, but they're not a good way to make yourself more appealing. It can also make it seem like you don't have respect for certain groups of people, and that's not the impression you want to give when talking to a woman. Number 6, being in a hurry. Sometimes guys who might not seem as valuable to women try to get things from them too fast. It could be things like wanting them to like them a lot, pay them a lot of attention, or be in a serious relationship right away. They try to make things move faster than what the woman feels comfortable with. In contrast, men who are seen as more valuable understand that trying to go too fast doesn't help them. Instead, they take things slowly and make sure they respect the boundaries that each woman sets. They also know that forming a good connection means being polite and taking time to understand the other person. That's why these men believe it's better to show real interest in getting to know someone before expecting anything in return. Number 5, fear of losing someone. Sometimes guys who don't feel very valuable can get really scared of losing someone they like. When that happens, they might start doing bad things like being too controlling, jealous, or possessive. But if you think about it, these actions don't help in the long run. They actually make women want to stay away. Why do you fear losing her in the first place? Do you feel like she's moving away from you, or like you don't deserve her? You can probably tell that these thoughts usually come from being afraid that someone will say no and not feeling good about yourself. Confident men don't have these kinds of worries. They believe that if someone is supposed to be with them, it will happen on its own. They know how to let things happen, trust the process, stay sure of themselves, and not try to control everything. Number 4, being too agreeable. What does it mean to be too agreeable? It's when you tend to say yes to whatever someone else says, even if you don't really agree with it. It might seem like a nice quality, but in reality, it can make you seem weak and not very sure of yourself. Women like someone who can speak up for themselves, who knows what they want, and who's ready to stand up for it. In contrast, confident men don't say yes to everything just to please others. They stick to what they believe in and share their opinions. This shows that they are determined and have confidence in themselves. Number 3, being overly kind. Listen carefully because we want to make sure you understand this. Being overly kind is when someone does everything the other person wants, even if it means giving up what they want. We're not saying that being kind and giving isn't attractive. It definitely is. But there's a difference between being selfless and being used. And sometimes guys who aren't seen as valuable end up being taken advantage of. When women notice that someone is ready to give up what they want for the women's sake, it sometimes looks like that person is desperate. Confident men know that being kind and generous is important, but they also know when to say no to things that matter to them. They put themselves first and make sure they take care of their needs before helping others. So if you're a kind person, you don't need to change who you are, but make sure you don't always put others' needs ahead of your own. Number 2, giving fake compliments. Guess what? Some guys who might not seem very valuable often give women compliments that they don't really mean. They do this because they believe that by giving lots of compliments, the women will like them more. But here's the problem. Most women can tell when the compliments aren't genuine, so this trick usually doesn't work. Think about it this way. What if every time you spoke to a woman, you gave her compliments that sounded like you were just saying them without really meaning them? This can make you seem strange, or even worse, make them feel uneasy. Confident men know how to give compliments that come from the heart and truly mean something. They spend time getting to know someone and figuring out what makes them special so they can give real compliments that make the other person feel happy. Number 1, hurrying into physical stuff. You get the idea, right? Some guys who might not seem very valuable try to get physical too fast. They think that by doing that, they can get closer to the woman. But here's the truth. Women want more than just a physical connection. They want someone who spends time understanding them, their thoughts, feelings, and what they want before getting too intimate. We understand. You're a guy and you have desires. But if you want others to see you as valuable, know that building a lasting relationship goes beyond just the physical part. The important thing is to make her feel safe and comfortable while connecting on an emotional level. Then, when both of you agree and the time is right, you can think about getting physically close. Being a confident man isn't just about the things you do, but also the things you avoid doing. That's why it's crucial to stay away from these 11 actions if you want to be appealing to women. When you avoid these behaviors, you'll not only be seen as a confident man, but also have more satisfying and meaningful relationships with the people in your life. If you liked this video, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.